Welcome to my lair. Yes. Testing. Is it crooked? Hello! Welcome back. So, I'm here to talk more about this beautiful thing called protein. Obviously, you can choose to eat whatever you want, but if you're looking to get the maximum amount of gains, whether it's gaining muscle or losing weight, protein is huge in getting to your goals. Let's recap on our last video on protein. So protein does a few things, right? So one, calories, right? It is relatively low in calories. For every gram, it is 4 calories, same as carbs. But the benefit is that it burns a ton of energy while you're eating it. And it fills you up for a lot longer than carbs does. So the one thing I forgot to mention in my last video is why. Why should you consume proteins? The ultimate goal is to find the best sources that can help you burn as much energy and fat as possible. So the cool thing about protein, right, when we recapped, is that it turns into this fun stuff called amino acids, and amino acids help repair and build muscle.
I'm getting my guns back on this.
With protein, if you consume enough of it, it's gonna help build some muscles after you've been working out, right? The cool thing about protein is that as it's building all these muscles need more energy to keep going. The more muscle you have, the more calories you need to maintain them. In particular, the more protein you need to maintain them. So the cool thing about having more muscle on your body, ladies, I'm talking to you, more muscle on your body is so that you're able to burn more energy while you're resting. So if you're sleeping, if you're relaxing, whatever it is, your body is literally burning additional calories, way more than it would if you didn't have as much muscle. So I know a lot of women don't want to lift weights. They're like, oh, I don't want to do this, or they want to stick to like 5-10 pounds. Guess what? Unless you have a lot of, you're still learning some movements. If you are a little bit more advanced, you know how to do some basic squats, you know how to do some lunges, you know how to do some whatever, anything that you know how to already use basic weights, increase it, and then eat some protein afterwards, and it's gonna help build those muscles, and then those muscles are gonna work for you. Isn't that nice? Out of all the 3 macros, all 3 of them don't work for you. Carbs, you have to use them up before they store. And then fats, it's more for digestion and helping other metabolic things happening in your body, but it's not working for you. Protein is working for you. It is going to help you build those muscles. How much protein do you need? It really depends on your body, and what your goal is. So for someone who wants to gain muscle, your goal is to eat as much protein as your goal weight, or just eat as much as your body. So for someone like me, I'm 150 pounds right now. I actually want to maintain this as much as possible and build muscle. For every gram of protein, you want to have just as much as your body weight. So I'm 150 pounds, times that by 1, literally, means I need to get in 150 grams of protein per day to try to maintain weight and build some muscle, build some lean muscle. If you're trying to lose weight, protein is awesome, right? Because it's burning more calories for you after you've eaten it. Plus, you are going to be able to stay fuller for longer versus being on a little bit of a higher carb diet. And then high fat diets are also really beneficial, but they're really hard, I feel like, to maintain. I think it's the hardest diet to maintain out of all 3, if you're gonna think about having one be higher than the other. The easiest is obviously a high carb diet. That's what we're pretty much all on, the entire United States. Protein is a little bit more difficult, and I'll talk about why. What I am encouraging with these videos is to increase your protein, not eat too many carbs that you're not necessarily burning off. So that's my biggest goal with this. What should you be doing if you are trying to lose weight? Well, you should actually think about what weight you want to be, and I'll talk about weight at another time, because the idea of being a certain size sometimes is not what you think it is. So being really, really tiny is not what it's all cracked up to be, and but you can use it as a goal. For anyone that's trying to lose weight, your goal is to then choose the weight that you want to be and eat around that range. So if I want to be 130 pounds, my goal is to eat about anywhere to 80 to 130 pounds of protein. Obviously, the higher you are, the better it is technically, meaning that you're gonna burn, I cannot stress this enough, you're gonna burn quite a bit of calories to consume that protein. So you're getting the best bang for your buck and staying pretty full. So that is the key there for anyone who wants to lose weight. For me, the easiest ratio to use is just 1 gram for body weight. However, it is a lot of protein when you really think about it. So here's a breakdown, right? I'm gonna show you how much protein I get on a day-to-day basis. I am not a registered dietitian. I would give guidelines on what you should eat on a personal, individual to individual level. So if you want to talk to me privately about maybe how much protein you can aim to get, we can talk about it. I actually need to work on getting this because right now I'm only eating chicken. I'm not really eating the eggs, but I just want to show you what this looks like. So remember, I said that a 4-ounce piece of chicken, which is actually probably this one is the closest to being 4 ounces. This is just the chicken I just made literally in the oven. So these 4 ounces right here is about 23 grams of protein, give or take. That one's a baby one, so it's probably more like 3 ounces or 2. Another 4 ounce, and that's closer to about 7 to 8 ounces. That's probably an 8-ounce piece of chicken right there. It's a nice big meaty piece of chicken. And so this right here in terms of protein is 100 grams of protein, give or take. Okay, about 100 grams right here. I will eat this for one day. One day. So I will generally eat this for one day. And then when I'm really on it and I'm having breakfast and all of that, I also will eat 4 eggs in the morning. I just haven't had a kick for eggs recently, but I will eat eggs. I get mine personally from Trader Joe's. I just really like the quality of their eggs. And these are extra large brown eggs. So 4 eggs in the morning, and this 1 egg, because it's extra large, is 7 grams of protein. So 4 of these ends up being 28. So if we add these two up together, so this is 100 grams right here, about give or take, I think it's about 106 grams right here. This one is 28 grams for 4 eggs. The total for this is about 135 grams of protein, which is, for me, is good. I like to be in that range. Keep in mind, again, I'm trying to build muscle, so I really should be actually a little bit higher. I weigh 150 pounds right now, and I want to get in at least 150 grams of protein. So you can see this is actually a lot of food. I haven't added any carbs in, any of that stuff. And this lifestyle can be a little bit more pricey because, you know, chicken and eggs can be a little bit pricey, especially buying meat. But I think the benefit for me is that it really does help with my muscle growth. It helps keep my body fat a little bit lower. It helps to shed that also. So I'll talk more about the pros and cons in another video, but I wanted to give you like real life view of exactly how much protein I personally get on an ideal day-to-day basis. Your body can only consume anywhere between 20 to 30 grams in one meal. So if you're eating a meal, the max that it will actually absorb is 20 to 30 grams. So that's why you see a lot of bodybuilders breaking up their meals with 6 meals a day. Now, do you need to eat that? If you're trying to build some muscle, you might want to add on some protein or look into protein shakes to get that much intake in. If you're looking to lose weight, you may not need to eat that much protein, but I would recommend that you would have larger amounts of protein in your meals because that's going to keep you fuller for longer. I would personally recommend having larger amounts of protein in your meal versus having the same, like larger amount of protein versus having a larger amount of carbs. Do you want to test?